Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I have my ultimate Red Dead money guide. A lot of you guys have been asking for this, and this guide will show you how to make between $5,000 to $6,000 per day, around 6 hours of playing the game. And for this guide, in order to maximize profits, you will need the trader business, you will need the moonshiner business, you will need the shovel from Madame Nazar, and you will also need the metal detector. That's to maximize profit with this. Also, I recommend having the bounty hunting license. So I hope that you guys enjoy this guide. Let's get started with this. Okay, so the first thing that I recommend in this guide is that you stock up your camp with carcasses and different animal parts and also with supplies. And if you go into like a lobby with more than 16 players, chances are you're probably not going to be able to find any animals because the animal spawns get really messed up when there's more players in the lobby. So I recommend trying to find a solo public lobby. But the easiest way to do that would be to go into a legendary bounty. And the reason you want to go into a legendary bounty is because technically it will be a solo public lobby. There will be nobody else and the animals will spawn pretty easily. And I like doing the Yukon Nick legendary bounty because the Great Plains are a great place to hunt. It's not too far from his bounty. You can find a lot of animals here, very open area, pretty easy to find them. So right here you see I'm doing the Yukon Nick bounty and I'm, collecting, different animal carcasses, get a few deer carcasses here, put them in the back of my hunting wagon. It will save when you put it in the back of the hunting wagon. Then, go back into a public lobby and give that to Crips, and then Crips will start producing. As for the supply missions, I personally recommend doing the supply missions because they'll also give you some materials. So they'll give you materials and they'll give you supplies. And if you get the hunting mission where it's, you're looking for like an animal, specifically you're hunting for that one, just leave the session and find another one because you're probably not going to be able to find that one. The steal missions are the best ones for it. So just fill up that trader business. And as you're doing this guide, what I'm going to be telling you guys next, like every 48 minutes around there, check your cam, see how much it's stocked up on with materials, and do a resupply mission if possible. You can also buy the supplies, but again, I would personally recommend stealing in this case because it's also going to give you materials. So make sure that that trader business is ready. The next thing that we're going to move on to is we're going to move on to our moonshine business. So next thing we do is we go into our moonshine business. And if you have the moonshine business fully upgraded, recommend going for strong moonshine. So get strong moonshine and either buy the mash or, get the mash at a discounted price. You can do this by doing bootlegging missions. In this case, you see I get the mash for free. That's because of an offer that I got from the Outlaw Pass, so I still had some of those vouchers, so I'm taking advantage of those, so I can get mash for free. But mash would normally cost $50 for, the full price for mash, and if you get strong moonshine, you'll still make plenty of profit. So, pay for that $50. I personally would recommend it. If you really want to do the bootlegging missions, then go ahead, but I don't think that you really need to. I oftentimes just buy the mash. So get the mash right here. As for the flavoring, now what do you want to flavor with? I actually recommend doing the 2-star. Don't do the 3-star. The reason I don't recommend the 3-star is because while the 3-star, it might give you a little bit more money, like $20 more than a 2-star sale. The reason I don't recommend 3-star is because it asks you to actually use a collectible. So you have to use a collectible, either a collectible flower or a collectible alcohol. It wastes that collectible. It's much better to put that collectible into like a set and just sell that to Madame Nazar. So just sell that to Madame Nazar. Don't, bother putting it here with the moonshine. It'll just waste it. So I personally recommend the 2-star. That'll give you, $226. So just have that producing, and this will take exactly 48 minutes to produce. So this is where you might want to get your stopwatch ready, because every 48 minutes, the moonshine business will produce as long as it has mash, and it has that flavoring. Flavoring gives it, more money value. 48 minutes. Keep an eye on that. The game also will give you a notification when the moonshine business is ready, but sometimes it glitches out and the notification does not show up. So just remember, every 48 minutes, every hour, you can sell the moonshine business. Now, what are we going to be doing while the trader business and the moonshine business is producing? What do we do in between that time? Okay, so while the trader and the moonshine business is producing, here's what we're going to do in the meantime. What I personally recommend doing is starting out in Tumbleweed because it's at the edge of the map, and then working our way to the other parts of the map. And what you guys see me doing right here is I'm making custom markers on the locations. And, on the PS4, this would be L3. I'm assuming this would be left stick on the Xbox. But you make these custom markers, and you can set up to a total of 12 of them. It'll be easy to find the collectibles. Just put them right near the vicinity of them. And how I'm finding these collectibles is I'm using Jean Rupke's map. Don't waste your time on the collector's map, guys. They're a waste of money. Use Jean Rupke's map. This guy's really good with this map. He put a lot of time and effort into it, and even after the Moonshine update came out and Rockstar put new locations, he put up a new map relatively quickly. So he put a lot of time and effort into making this custom map. So whenever you have to use collectibles, find collectibles. Use John Rupke's map. He put a lot of time and effort into it. Guy's really good with it. And if you guys want, check out his PayPal also. He has a PayPal donation link. I'll put that down below if you guys want to support him. But he made a great map and put a lot of effort into it. So use his map, put those custom markers there, and then what we're going to do now is we're going to start up a bounty right here. And I recommend starting up a bounty that has more people in it. The bounties that have more people, even if it's not like a 3-star, the more people in there, the more money you'll get. Like here, it's 4 targets for, you know, the McMurphy gang. 4 target bounty, you can do that solo, no problem. Just don't do a 6-person bounty if you're doing it solo, because that might be a bit of a pain to do. But we do that bounty, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be wasting as much time as possible getting these collectibles, because the longer that you wait on these bounties, the more money that you get. So what we're doing is we're starting up that bounty. It says go to Benedict Point, and we're getting these collectibles. And as I start digging, so as I start the digging animation, I go into the map, and what I do is I choose the next location, mark the next one, and I take that marker off. And once you take those markers off, you can put on new markers. So once you finish with those 12, you can put on another 12. Now, as for the bounty mission right here, this bounty mission, it's the one where you have to like look for clues in the general vicinity. You don't have to even use the clues. You can just run around the area until you find the bounty here. I found them. They were all here and they didn't even try to run, so I tied them up pretty quickly, tying up all 4 of them, and I'm going to be putting them in the back of the bounty wagon. Now, if you put them in the back of the bounty wagon, they cannot escape, but be warned. Once you get on that bounty wagon, you cannot use the metal detector. Also, be careful not to pick up their hats, because I picked up one of their hats by accident here, so I was stuck with that for a little bit. But I'm going to be going right now to Armadillo. Now, even though the game tells me to take them to Tumbleweed, I'm going to Armadillo, because that's closer to the next collectible location, so I don't have to make a trip over there. And I'm also wasting some time, so I get more money for taking longer. Now, since I can't use the metal detector right here, I'm just going to deliver the targets. Normally, I would wait till like the last minute, but since it's a 4-target bounty, just going to deliver right here. Give it to the sheriff right here, and let's see how much money we get. I think we get a pretty good, decent amount of money for this. Let's check it out. How much was it? And we get 0.24 gold, $37. And we probably would have gotten much more less if we would have gone straight to the Tumbleweed. So we went to Armadillo, so whenever you can take them to any town that has a jail. Whenever you have a bounty, you can take them there. Don't listen to the map that says take it to this one, because it's just marking the closer one. You can take it to any town that has a jail, and it'll waste a little bit more time, and you get more money. So right there, we start up another bounty, and it's at Ridgewood Farm. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to pick up a few collectibles. We're going to get this one here. Got this one, and now what we're going to do is we're going to make our way to the next bounty. We're going to be wasting time with that bounty. Get the bounty right here, and if it's a single target bounty and you're going to be putting it on your horse, you can still use the metal detector, unlike with the bounty wagon. And what you guys see me doing right here is, you see I'm knocking out the target. So I'm knocking out the target, and then after I knock out the target, I'm tying the target up. The reason I'm knocking out the target first and then tying them up is because it's much harder for them to escape than if you just tie them up. Because even if you tie them up with a reinforced lasso, eventually they will break free. When I knock them out and I put them on my horse, I have never had them personally, escape. If you had them escape, let me know in the comments below, but I haven't had them ever escape when I'm knocking them out, and they still count as alive. So the guy is still alive. I still get the full reward for having him alive, and I can, run around my horse on him and get other collectibles here. The cards I already had, so that one, didn't really bother with, but got the collectible here. Moving on to the next one, and like I said earlier in the text, I personally recommend going for earrings, coins, necklaces, and bracelets, because they are worth the most and the easiest to find. I know a long time ago I told people to go for family heirlooms too, but family heirlooms, they might take pretty long because they're 15, of the set. But if you want to go for those also, you can make some more money. But I personally recommend rings, necklaces, bracelets, earrings, and coins. Those are worth the most. So I waited till pretty much the last minute here, and I delivered this target. Let's see how much we get. And we were wasting time with that target collecting, different items there. How much did we get? 0.24 gold, and we got $23. Nice. So at this point, there's not many collectibles left in New Austin, and I'm going to Blackwater. So I fast travel to Blackwater, go for the 3-star right here, and we're pretty much doing the same procedure again. What we're doing is we're wasting time with that bounty, and we are going for the different collectibles in the area. So I made 12 new markers, going to each of those markers, getting those collectibles, then we go for the bounty when the timer is about to run out. But be careful. Be careful not to run out of time, because you run out of time, you will fail the mission. It's best to deliver it at the last minute because you get maximum payout there, but just be careful not to run out of time, because I kind of overestimated myself here, and I ran out of time. I was pretty close to getting the bounty delivered, but I messed up because of a little incident. I'll show you guys that a little bit later here, but getting these collectibles, getting these items here, picking a lot of them up. Pretty easy. Using the map there. Okay, moving on to the next collectible. Taking this off the map here. Get the next one here. Near Manzanita Post. Let's get that. And these collectibles, when you put them in a set and you stack them up, they're going to be worth a lot of money later on. Get this. Okay, we got it. It's a bracelet. Take the marker off. Get these two up here. I think this one is a coin too. We got those. Okay. Now here I had a little bit of an incident. This is what I was talking about. I was going to put the target right on my horse, and then one of the NPCs tackled me. That kind of wasted time. I possibly could have made it, gotten back to Strawberry, didn't make it in time, so I kind of messed up on that bounty. So just watch the timer, try to deliver at the last minute, but also make sure that, you take into account how much time you're going to spend on a lot of these things. So right there, we got a 4-target bounty. I'm going to go for that 4-target bounty, getting collectibles along the way, wasting some time also. And when you have the timer start up, when it's like a yellow marker, the timer will start eventually, but don't worry about it going down to 0, because when you get to that location, even if you're at like a minute, the timer will go back up and increase again once you get there. Just make sure that it's not red. If it's red, that's the default timer. That timer will not change. But if it's yellow and you have a timer that starts, then when you get to that location, the timer will increase again. So we marked more locations. We delivered the targets here, delivered at 3 minutes because we couldn't use the metal detector, so I wanted to start getting more collectible items again. And all this gameplay that you guys see me doing right here, this is basically me doing this for an hour and 5 minutes. So let's see how much we got there. 0.32 gold, $43. Nice. We did pretty well there. I'm going to put away the bounty wagon. We don't really need it. Now we're getting this 3-star target right here. Getting this 3-star target. And here's a tip. If you ever have this mission where you have to search the area for the target, you don't have to go for the clues. You can just search the area and you can automatically find the target. The clues, might waste some time because oftentimes they'll take you to areas where the target isn't. If you ride around, you can eventually find a target. What I like to do is I like to ride around in a circle or on the border, and if I don't find a target there, then I work my way inwards, and usually I find a target pretty quickly. So we got the target there, got the target on the back of the horse. We did the same thing where we knocked the target out. The target is knocked out, still counts as alive. Just be careful not to do this with multiple people, because if you have multiple people in your posse and you knock the target out, the target might count as dead for the other players, but might count as alive for you. Kind of an annoying glitch, but if you're doing it solo, this doesn't affect you. So we're wasting more time here, letting the timer run down, getting collectibles. We take her back to Valentine when there's 30 seconds left. Let's see how much money do we get. And look at that. Let's see. What do we get here? 0.32 gold. $25. Nice. So we made a little bit over $100 just from those bounties alone. Okay, so we did that for a little bit over an hour, and now we are going to be selling our moonshine business. And remember, guys, the moonshine business, it produces in 48 minutes. If you're using strong moonshine, it will take 48 minutes to produce. Remember to do the 2-star again, because 3-star wastes the collectible. And always sell to a buyer that's going to give you more money. Try to wait for one. You want to stock up on a lot of different, herbs and items so that you can always choose from different ones to build. And when you unlock more buyers as you level up, you're almost always going to have, a better buyer available. If you don't, just wait and just sell another buyer a little bit later on. Burt Higgins will also always buy, but he doesn't give necessarily the best price. So we're going to be selling the moonshine business here. We sell the wagon. We get to the location. We get $226. We sell a second time, and then we sell a third time. I sold 3 times in total and in that day. But also, here's a tip. When you run into the revenue agents, if you run into them, just stop at the checkpoint, let them search you. Sometimes they'll just let you pass through. They won't even search you. Just let them search you, because oftentimes they'll let you through. And if they let you through, you don't have to deal with any extra enemies chasing you. So it's always better to stop at the revenue checkpoint. You can have your gun out just in case. If they start shooting at you, so just kill them all if that happens and just drive away from the area. Try to be careful, because the moonshine bottles can crack, but just don't run over any bumps. Keep it steady and you'll get there. You'll make plenty of money, no problem. And lastly here, we are going to be selling our trader business. And if you're wondering where to sell the trader business from, I recommend spawning the camp in Gaptooth Ridge. Out of all the places that I've spawned the camp in, Gaptooth Ridge, in my opinion, is the easiest place to sell from. And the reason it's so easy is because the area, it's right in the desert. Not too many people are here. You can see what's right in front of you at a good distance. Not too many people are in this area, so you don't have much interaction with players, and the route is just so short. Take a look at this route right here to the shack. The shack is most oftentimes the drop-off location. Sometimes it'll take you to McFarlane's Ranch, but most of the time it's the shack. Pretty easy ride. Usually can get there in around 6-7 minutes, so not that bad of a ride. Pretty quick here. I personally recommend stocking up on explosive rounds. Whenever you make this kind of a drive, stock up on explosive rounds because you never know when people are going to go after you. And if people, claim that it's cheap to use explosive rounds on this, don't worry about those people because they shouldn't be going after your stuff in the first place. You're trying to defend your stuff. You don't want them ruining your sale. So I like to stock up on explosive rounds and keep that there. And if you guys are a little confused by the money in the top right, it's because I sold the third moonshine business right after this, but I just wanted to show the moonshine earlier. And when you sell this stuff, you sell the full trader business, $625 for that. So you're probably, going to be selling that once a day. That's going to take somewhere around, 4 hours. It would take normally 3 hours and 20 minutes, but with the constant resupplies doing that, it's going to be more around 4 hours. So we just sell that, get $625 there. And once that's done, I personally recommend, resupplying the trader business so it can just start producing again for the future. And also make sure to resupply the moonshine business. Whenever you sell the moonshine business, go immediately back to it because chances are you're not that far from it. The moonshine sales aren't as far as the trader sales. Go right back there, resupply both of them so they can start producing the next batch. And then go back to doing the same trick that I was showing you guys. Go to the next part of the map, start picking up collectibles, and do the bounty hunt missions. Wait till the last minute, deliver the bounty mission, and then right here, you guys see we're selling all those collectibles. So all those collectibles that I had, we're selling all of that. We're selling the coins, we're selling the rings, we're selling the necklaces, we're selling the bracelets and the earrings. And you guys see we're making plenty of money here. A lot of money, made a few extra grand from this. You can make a decent amount of money from this doing this strategy. I hope this guide helps people out. Let's move on to the calculations here, and I'm going to explain how much we made in total from everything. Okay, so here we're at the end of our calculations. So this is based on, if you play the game for 6 hours. So let's say, you got 5 to 6 hours to play that day. You're not really doing much. This is how much you would be able to make in total. So from bounty hunting, I'm going to round it to between $100 to $200 per hour. I made around $100 in that hour from bounty hunting. I messed up on that one, but between $100 to $200, $200 per hour, I would put as a cap, the max that you could probably make from bounty hunting. If you had more people in your posse, you could probably get a little bit more because it does increase with the more players, but going from a solo perspective, $100 to $200 per hour. Now for the trader, that's $625 in 4 hours, so probably you're only going to sell one trader business in a day. You're not going to sell it multiple times, so we'll just put it once. So $625 there. Moonshiner, that's $226. Remember what I said, guys, you can get the 3-star if you want, but I recommend going for the 2-star because the 3-star wastes a collectible. I think the 226 2-star one is better. And if you were to buy, MASH, that would be $50. If you still buy MASH, you still make plenty of money. If you don't mess up any of the bottles, you make a $176 profit. And if you get MASH for free, or you get an offer like I did, or if you do the bootlegging missions, you'll just make a $226 dollar profit if you're not getting the MASH. But I would just buy it. I wouldn't bother with the bootlegging missions. Just be careful when you're driving it around. You can sell it every 48 minutes. So make sure, remember that every 48 minutes, as long as there's, MASH there, you can sell it, and also, the flavor. Now for a collector, that's $540 for coins. Coins, rings, bracelets, earrings, necklaces. These are the ones that you want to get. I know that on my last money guide, I had the heirlooms here, but the heirlooms, it's 15 heirlooms, and I don't think people really want to go looking for 15 different collectibles. I think it's just much more simple with coins, rings, bracelets, earrings, necklaces. So for the coins, that's $540 for 15 coins. That's the highest value collection. For rings, that's $378 for all the rings, $271.50 for bracelets, $364.50 for earrings, $335 for necklaces. All of that together is $1,889. Now we add $625, that is from the trader, selling that once a day. We add $1,200. Let's say, we do the bounty hunting for 6 hours and we make the max, $200 per hour. We'll put that at $1,200, $1,000, $1,200 around there. And then we add up $1,356. That is from doing the Moonshiner for 6 hours. So we do the Moonshine thing for 6 hours. We sell it one every hour. And you could probably get an extra win in there because it's every 48 hours. So this number could possibly be even higher, possibly even $5,300. But I'm going to estimate at $5,070 in one day. So using this guide, you push everything, you fill up that trader business, you keep an eye on the moonshine, you do the collections. There's also more collections that you can get, like you can get the flowers, you can get those, you can sell 3 collections of flowers a day. That's how much, flowers are in the world. Up to 3 collections a day. You get some of the other ones. You can also sell the arrowheads, but those are valued, less than the jewelry. The jewelry and the coins are worth the most amount of money. So I'm going to estimate, between $5,000 to $6,000 per day, playing. I hope that this guide has helped people out. I know a lot of people have asked for this guide. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below. And also make sure you guys check out Jean Rupke's map again. He put a lot of work, a lot of time and effort into that map. I'll make sure that his map is linked down below. And also a link to his PayPal if you want to support him, because he put a lot of work into that map. The guy's really good with that. So thank you guys for watching this guide. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like. And if you're new to my channel, enjoy my content, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.